And we are now recording this meeting. So welcome everyone. Today is, actually, I'm so used to doing this as president, but we now have a sergeant at arms. So I'm going to have Dalal open this meeting, not me today.
Thank you so much, Gina. Hi, welcome everyone to our content creators meeting. Today is Thursday, August 22nd, and our meeting has officially begun. Done. Back to you, Gina.
We will pass this over to Monique, who is our Toastmaster for today. So go ahead and bring us all together.
Hello, everyone. Again, Natalia, welcome. Good to see you again. Alice, good to see you again. Tamir, welcome. My name is Monique, and I'll be your Toastmaster. So today we'll be calling things into, let's see, first we will have the word of the day. And the word of the day is creator, one that creates usually by bringing something new or original into being. In a sentence, the TikTok creator did not respond to a request for comment. These creators all follow a similar formula with a new variables. Let's see, where am I? Content creation celebration. So for content creation celebration, has anyone in the last week did something about their creation? What that means is you want to celebrate something that happened with your creation this week or maybe in the last month. And I will pass it over to anybody that's willing to celebrate. Let's celebrate content creation.
Francisco, did you have one?
Just now I put it on the chat. We've been live on Facebook Live over there, and pretty soon on TikTok. I'm one of those guys that holds on to their old phones because they can be used for those purposes. That's one thing. Just now, just today. Yes, the last meeting I was here, same thing. It's also live on that same page. And then the other thing I did last week was I was able to attend. My company allowed me to take professional development time, and I was able to attend the conference online. I've gone only to 2 live conferences, but I'm telling you, the online experience is a great value for the price. And as I mentioned to Gina, I'm going to try to see if we can share. I got to figure out the details. There was a great session at the beginning of it. It was a toast talk, as they call it. And it was a young woman from the Philippines talking about what? TikTok. And she's got thousands of followers, so I think we would benefit from from watching that. That's my little bit of creation in the last couple of weeks. Thank you, Monique.
Thank you, Francisco. Congratulations. And also, I would love for each and every one of you guys to use the word creator in any way, form, or fashion. And if you use the word creator, we'll go crazy. Hey. Oh, man. Yes. Oh, okay. And anybody else want to celebrate anything that they done this week, last week, or this month?
I
Come on
would
in and share with us.
I would love to share. I took a little bit of a hiatus from my podcast thing, and last week I recorded an episode and I finished editing a little bit on Canva, and I'm getting ready to post it today. We're not holding back. So, and I created that as a creator.
Awesome, Dalal. Congratulations. Awesome sauce. That's what I'm talking about. We are doing big things in these meetings. Anybody else?
I can say
Coming
something.
in, Gina.
All right. Well, I think a big part of content creation is also publishing. Definitely is putting something out there is big, but also getting the inspiration. So I've just been reading or listening to books that I'm just so deeply inspired by, that it's really been helping me hone in a message for a book that I am actually now planning on writing. So, I finished reading Michelle Obama's The Light That We Carry, and I've been so deeply affected by that, and then even listening to her speech recently has really inspired me. So that, and then I've also listened to Questlove's Music is History book, and that is changing my view on education and history. So all of these pieces I'm starting to connect together into a bigger message that I'm trying to put together. So that is kind of where I am in my content creation journey. So I might not be at that publishing stage, but I'm in the process of being that content creator.
Awesome sauce, you guys, creation creators in the realm. Congratulations, Gina, on your start. And remember, the best present you can give yourself is being in the moment.
That is a quote from Monique, and we need to make a shirt out of it. I'm serious. I'm gonna make a shirt out of that. One of these days, I'm showing up with that quote on my
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Do we have who is doing for call for content creation tip? Do I do that, or I'm
Well,
not sure about that one?
we don't we don't have one. Does anybody?
Okay.
Dalal, you want to step in on that?
Yes, I will piggyback off of your share, Gina, because that part of getting inspiration and moving through the creative process, I think it's really important. So my tip of the day is dance through it. Put on some music. Anytime you're feeling stuck, you're feeling unmotivated, uninspired, just jam it out and let that energy flow. Allow that energy to open up. So my tip of the day is dance through the block, dance through it.
Awesome sauce. Dance, dance, dance. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. Okay. Let's see. Introduce meeting functionary. Welcome in, Lou. Where you from? I see you. Is Luke in here?
He's muted, and the camera too.
Okay. Well, whenever you're ready to introduce yourself, Lou, welcome to the group. Glad you're here. See something. So our general evaluator is Gina. Our table topic is Francisco. Our timer is Jim. The word of the day is Alex. And we also are open for our counter. Does anybody want to be the odd counters, like full of words? So you count those. Anybody
Natalia.
wants to? Okay, awesome, Natalia.
I can try.
And I think Lou found his mute button.
Welcome in, Lou.
Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I had some technical difficulties here, but I'm just checking the clock. I'm just curious. So
Okay.
thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Is
Glad
this your
you're
first?
here.
Is this your first Toastmaster meeting, Lou?
I have been to other Toastmasters meeting,
Okay.
and I used to belong to one of them. I'm trying to check different clubs.
Sure.
Is this only online or is it also in person?
It's only online.
Oh, okay.
Across the world.
Across
Oh,
the
nice.
world. Yeah,
From all
we're
over.
all across the United States.
States of
Sometimes we
America.
get somebody in from Japan has visited. So
We've had Japan, we've had the Philippines, we've had Canada, we've had, yeah, across the world is fair.
So yeah,
That's the silver lining. Yep.
Awesome sauce. Okay. With that being said, now we're turning back into the Sergeant of Arms, Dalal, right? Or I continue to keep going?
you can go right into the our prepared speaker would be Francisco. So go ahead and introduce.
All right, giving it to you, Francisco. Come on in.
For Jim, I got the timer set on an 8 to 10. This is the, sorry, I gotta change the camera here. This is the panel moderation project that's on Pathways. I think it's level 4 or 5. I've done it once before. Dalal, you sign up to be one of the panelists, but I feel for everybody, just jump in. I'm going to try to moderate. I'm going to start by introducing, and that's why I'm so happy to be here. 4 years ago, when I started working on my master's in instructional design technology at the University of Arizona Global Campus, I said to myself, well, this is about teaching. Technology at that time was saving the day, especially for us. Here at District 40, we had been using Zoom and exploring the whole concept of allowing online attendance for a while. So long story short, fast forward to today, I have some content that I have been now repurposing and posting from YouTube to Apple Podcast. And I was thinking, hey, I need another club. And here we go. Lireva is not here. She's in Canada. She found me on LinkedIn, invited me to the last meeting, and voila. Creation has happened, because I'm meeting with a bunch of creators. Okay. And I think of you all as creators. One feature of this club, Lou, for example, is that we always try to have a technical tip. Everybody here is obviously engaged with this joy, as I titled the project, the joy of creating, the joy of putting things together, the joy of, as the definition of the word is there, it's bringing something new into light. There's a quote from Kurt Vonnegut about practicing an art, no matter how bad. It not only nourishes your soul, you would have created something. I'm loosely paraphrasing it, and that's what drives me. I heard somebody talk about journaling their career move, and to me that's mostly what I'm here for, is to try to encourage any club out there that's having to use Zoom to encourage their members to press record. I don't know about you, but I've heard so many great speeches that should have been recorded. I mean, it's just mind-blowing, from new members, old members, and I'm like, and this is not new. This is something that I've been doing now for a while. If any of you stops by the YouTube channel, I've been doing this on all kinds of devices. That's my passion. It's figure out how to use the device. I work in information technology, and I once studied computer animation. So all those things mixed together today, and I'll be your panel moderator. And based on the title again, Dalal. Now let's jump into it, into the actual panel. Dalal, what is the aspect of podcasting, which is your chosen area, your chosen channel? What is the aspect of podcasting that attracted you the most? What's the thing about podcasting that lit that spark in you and made you say, oh, I'm going to do more podcasting? Dalal.
Thank you, Francisco, for that question. And I would say it is what lit me up about podcasting is the ability to nurture your curiosity, nurture your process of discovering life and sharing who you are as a person. And to me, it's very evolutionary process. And I think when I listen back on podcasting, I can recognize from when they started to how they've evolved to, having a larger audience, or they started in speaking about one topic and then ended up in a whole different aspect of creativity, into books, into broadcasting. So to me, it's the ability to evolve and transform that really cued me into podcasting. Another aspect of it is to get comfortable sharing who I am as a person, get comfortable with my beingness and expressing that all through the journey of life. To me, that was more of a healing curiosity than it was anything. Like my upbringing was quite restrained in my ability to speak up, to express myself. And so podcasting was this way, a unique way for me to get into vocalizing myself and speaking up and just being curious and open in that way. So it's both evolutionary and healing at the same time for me. So yeah, that's what brought me into it. Thank you for that question.
Excellent. So Dalal, I'm thinking here out loud based on what you said. You know, you said evolutionary. To me, what has happened with podcasting and all of these new methods that we use, I find it rather interesting because again, I just came out of the international convention, which is meant to support all the clubs in the world. And that's the same things that you hear over there from, you know, the opening breakfast with the CEO of Toastmasters all the way, you know, to the end, as we hear from so many great participants. You know, it's for the first time I watched, for example, the semifinals, and then, you know, you watch the World Championship and you're like, all of these speeches are worthy. All of these speeches, like you said, are evolutionary. All of these speeches are healing. And it sounds to me that you found your voice. That used to be our slogan a while back. So do you feel that podcasting has enabled you, has expanded your reach, so to speak? Has it helped you? I'm seeing both an internal connection with who you are, and then an external connection with the world. Am I following you? Is that something that has happened thanks to the technology, thanks to podcasting?
Yes, you are definitely following me along that path. And what I am discovering about my reach is that the more I collapse into myself, the more I collapse into who I really am. And I break the barriers of seeing who I am and really allowing my voice to come through unapologetically and in a way that allows me to see the fullness of myself. That's what allowed me to reach more of an audience, because it allows the multidimensionality of myself and all of ourselves to be expressed outwardly. So when I express a tender side of me, then I reach a tender person in that moment. You know, when I express the anger or the frustration in me, I reach somebody who's in that space. And the more I allow all the facets of myself to open up, and this has been the nurturing not only of myself, this has been a community nurturing of my voice. You know, I haven't just unclapped me. It's been Gina, it's been Monique, it's been Francisco, Jim, it's been every single person in this room that helped me bring out my voice. Like even in this moment, you're helping me expand that muscle, stretch that muscle out. So yeah, absolutely. We're getting the reach.
Perfect. And like I said, thank you, Dalal, for being my first panelist. Is there anybody else that would like to expand on, again, this topic of the joy? What brings you joy? Because let's admit it, these tools can sometimes be a little challenging, and sometimes they can be, what's the word I'm looking for? They can be ordinary. Okay, let's just look at it that way. Like my camera today was acting up. Okay, and if I wasn't who I am, I would have been frustrated. But I said, okay, let me figure something out. I finally got the camera to work. That's, you know, this multi-camera setup. So what, any of you, please, I'm inviting the whole club here to expand, and maybe we can then move forward into the table topics. But what is that? What brings you joy the most? Is it the act of creation itself? Is it learning the tools? Is it publishing it? Is it sharing? Is it the like or the comments? What drives you? What makes you really feel joyful in that process of being a creator?
I see Monique wrote something in the chat. Sounds like she might want to participate. Is this a good question for you, Monique?
Yes. What brings you the most joy, Monique?
The most joy, I wouldn't say the most joy, because joy is the most. Joy is unspeakable, it's unheard, it's unseen. And for me, what brings me joy is seeing other humans in this meeting, in this space, that's in their totality. We got Tamir, Natalia, we got Delau, Francisco, Jim. We have every one of these persons in here that has a name that's phenomenal. I have never met you before until you came in here. This is how we greet each other, you know? That's what brings me joy, human connection, you know? And then also hearing Gina on her journey, starting something like this brought me joy. I wanted to connect with like-minded people. And when I got here, I was invited by Delisle, and I was here ever since. I said, this is where it's at. That's what brings me joy. I could follow my first thought, my first feeling, the excitement I felt when I first got here. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. I'm connected. Oh my God. I want to keep coming back. I want to stay. I want to be in the moment. You get what I'm saying? I want to create. I want to be a creator. Woo! That is joy. Some people joy don't look like my joy. So I get to experience how your joy is. I get to see your joy. Because sometimes in life, people think that joy looks like this. Ah! Right? But in other cases, some people can just be solid for bubbling in the inside, just holding it down with what you call the word? Finesse. You get what I'm saying? But you can tell the energy of joy is in them, you know? So that's what brings me joy. I get to be curious and watch, observe, and be myself in the process. So thank you for letting me share.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Jim, I see that you got the yellow up. What I'm gonna do, and this is why, by the way, I've started developing this format. I started with my club here in Erlanger, Kentucky, to which I also go virtually. I used to drive over there; it's an hour and a half, but now, we've gotten used to the hybrid. They were pioneers in the hybrid mode, and they allow me to, hey, do the speech. Can I do the last speech? Can I also be the table topics master? So let's continue. Let's maybe make the questions. They have been great, by the way. Everybody has to stuck to the timing. So let's give ourselves a round of applause there. We're conscientious creators, okay, that understand the format of the club, the format of Toastmasters, but we're obviously united by the joy of what Monique is saying of learning and sharing the learning. So again, this is now table topics. We'll take anybody. I'm not going to call anybody. We seem to understand the format, so just jump in. What out of okay, I'm going to kind of turn it now to more of on the technical tip realm. Out of all the tools and out of all the channels and all the ways of doing this content creation, can you tell us about your favorite way to create content? What's that? Again, what's the thing that really excites you and makes you want to learn more about tool X? Be it YouTube, be it TikTok, be it Instagram, be it Facebook, which one is your favorite tool? In a nutshell, which one is your favorite tool? Anybody? Amir? Natalia? Tim? Go ahead.
So TikTok, it's so surprising, but I haven't used TikTok yet. I use YouTube only. And by now, YouTube is my favorite tool, yeah.
Okay. Natalia, which one is your favorite tool?
Probably my favorite tool is a piece of paper and my pen. But I started another club, and I started doing some preparing some speeches. I wanted to express myself, and then when I started sharing my speeches, I realized it's wonderful to share and to express the joy of creation, the joy of kind of understanding things, joy of digging in the problem, digging in the topic, and then pulling out something interesting that is new for me and definitely will be new for the listeners. And it's excites me because when I share, I feel like I'm a chicken finding the grain in the, and calling other chickens. See what I found. That's my reply to your question.
Excellent, excellent. I'm gonna elaborate on that. She talks about showing the other chickens where the grain is, and finding, I would say, that nourishment. Does anybody have a similar experience of the sharing, of the teaching portion of this that has brought them joy, a specific case, or maybe a goal to share? Because that's why I'm here. I want to learn more and I want to share more. Does anybody have an example? Gina?
So you're asking about the sharing piece about it? Can you
Yes. You're putting together this club, for example.
Yeah. So a barrier that I have in my content creation is really putting it out there. I think traditionally I've been like an overthinker, and for the longest time I really thought that if I'm going to put something out there, I want it to be perfect. And so right, which, yeah, and I'm glad that you're laughing, because that's the reality of things. Is we have to realize that we're all human, we're all going to make mistakes, and actually some of the best things that we put out there have mistakes, because that shows other people that we are human. And so um one of my favorite content creation tools actually is Canva, because you can do so many things. And I I think now, especially that I found myself and I found my purpose, and I think that my lens that I like to look at everything through is creativity. Um so I think now, especially after seeing people in this club and going through their content creation journey, and people getting themselves on TikTok and putting their messages out there, I think that for me, that next step is the sharing. So the things that I do make in Canva, I should just not even think to don't overthink it, because the overthinking is always the barrier to putting it out there, and then I just end up not doing it at all. So for me, the lesson is you make something, post it. It doesn't matter how many likes that I get. It's that I'm not doing it for any of that. I'm doing it for myself. And if it connects to just one person in the world out there and it helps inspire them, then that's what we have to do. And just like Monique said, it's all about that human connection. And that's what we're here for. That's why we've created this club, because what we've realized is we've built this place where we can be free to make mistakes and we can connect with one another.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Gina. Dalal, thank you for raising your hand. We're approaching 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna add a little bit to what you said. I think, Gina, for example, because I get my feed, I follow the Facebook groups, I follow the LinkedIn groups. Maybe something, to say, hey, what? Oh, Forky, hi. uh, maybe we can say, hey, once a month, let's have, like a tech night or, or tool night or, the tools of the trade and focus on teaching one specific tool, and we can say, okay, because figuring out how to do it, that's to me the part I enjoy. Like how I haven't learned how to share my phone on Zoom, for example, but that'd be cool to learn how to do that and give a presentation on how to use Canva. So I'm going to leave you with that thought, Gina. And now, Dalal, I would appreciate it if you can close so we can stop at 20 minutes. Dalal, you're next.
Awesome. My favorite part about this whole journey is collaboration because there's plenty I don't know how to do, and there's plenty that you all know how to do in your own creative modes. So, like Canva, for example, I'm gonna connect with Gina for Canva, for really getting deep, I'm gonna connect with Momo. There's different aspects. So there's collaboration is my favorite part of it. I'm gonna need to pass some things over because no matter how long I spend on one thing like editing, I'm not gonna be an expert at it. I gotta pass it to somebody who knows the deal. So yeah, thank you.
And again, I've been blessed by having been found. Again, it's not so many likes, but I think the quality of the likes. Lireva found me, brought me here. I signed up that same night. The original title for the project when I started, it was one of my HPL, my high performance leadership project for my level 5, my first path. It was literally collaborative content creation and curation. I'm going to stop with that. Collaborative content creation and curation. This club gets it, and I hope I can be here to support it for a long while. And with that, back to you, Monique, Madam Toastmaster. Thank you.
Guys, let's give Francisco a hand. Woohoo! Awesome. Thank you for that creation of being joy in creation. Yes, I love it, love it, love it. Now we're going to get straight on to the general evaluator, which is Gina. Come on in.
Thank you. Thank you, Francisco, for that. It really fills my heart to hear everybody speak about, I mean, especially about joy and this connection. This club is I think we have something special here. So I'm glad that you all show up and you're here today to have even witnessed that. And I think that from here on, we're just going to keep coming up with new ideas. And that's what's really cool, that this is a club with content creation. Well, something that Francisco had just said is like a new idea. Maybe we can have a tech night, a tool night. We can help each other, because this is what's going to help build our confidence in being able to really put our messages out there. So thank you for that. I did want to, because we do have a little bit of time, I know that Lou, I wanted to ask you if you wanted to come in and say a little bit about how you connect with content creation. Are you a content creator? And if you would be willing to unmute yourself and let us know a little bit about who you are and what brought you here.
Sure. I've been always curious about content creation. So I started to post videos on YouTube back in 2010, and I did several things. In the early days, I think it was easier to get visibility. So I am an animator. I have sort of I'm actually a designer, but I can do a little bit of animation. So back then, I started a tutorial channel, and I was teaching Flash. And I got very good feedback and not so good feedback, because you know how people are. Like they say, some people, they are very appreciative because, for instance, I was teaching a walk cycle of a character, but obviously, I mean, my English, I have an accent, and I tend to talk a little bit with and so some people, instead of focusing on what I was teaching, they were focusing on the fact that I had a lot of those kind of words, no? And but others, they were like, "Whoa, I learned so much. Thank you so much, because the content is just awesome, no?" And I got to monetize a little bit for a while. Oh, and then I started to get too busy at work, so I forgot about my YouTube channel, because whatever I was monetizing is just not something that would compare to my full-time job, not at all. And then in the same channel, I started to create other contents like animations, and it went pretty well. One of them got like over 1 million views. And again, I forgot again for a while. And then I started to create more content, and I made a mistake of putting it in the same channel, but different thing. No, I started to create motion graphics that were loops, background loops, because I wanted to create like long content, just looping. so, so I needed to talk, but some people need those kind of contents, like looping, for whatever reason. And I made a mistake of creating opening other channels and putting in different language, like the titles on those kind of things. And then YouTube said, "Oh, we're going to demonetize you because of the repeated content." And after that, I tried to reapply, and they didn't take me back, and I sort of gave up a little bit. But I still putting some videos there, and I might reapply again, and let's see. Because when they say, "Oh, your content is repeated," I'm not quite sure what they mean. Is it because I'm looping it for an hour, or because I'm putting in different channels in different languages, or because they think that I stole the content somewhere else? But no, that's my creation. Thank you.
Thank you, Lou. I mean, I connect with a lot of the pieces that you just talked about. I actually, and I would love to check out your YouTube channel. If you have a link to it and you put it in the chat, I would love to check it out. I know Francisco talked a little bit about animation. Something that I love to do is a little bit of animation. I have an iPad app that I own. Okay, basic, but I create like birthday animations for my friends, but it's just something that I love to do, and I love to learn from other people. So I just want to welcome you here to this space, Lou, and I hope that you find inspiration in everybody sharing their stories, everybody sharing their journeys, and this is how we learn and we grow. So welcome to our club. And with that, I'm actually just going to do a little bit of an evaluation of Francisco's speech, since we didn't formally put an evaluator and I'm the general evaluator. So I just wanted to appreciate you, Francisco, for signing up to do this speech and for signing up to be a part of this club. It really shows that you see value in what we're doing, and that we have a lot to learn from one another. And it just helps us feel like we're not in this journey alone. And you taking on this panel moderation shows that it's not about you, that we really want to hear from each and every one of our guests and our members in this club, because everybody, no matter who you are, has an important message to share, and a unique perspective that we all need to hear about. And so you really reminded us about that. Something that I recorded or wrote down as you were speaking was the just press record. Sometimes you just have to just do it, right? I am in another Toastmasters club, and we don't record our speeches, and exactly what you said. There are so many times when I'm just like, why are we not recording this? Because there's only a few people in this meeting right now, but everybody needs to hear these things. So I love that we press record in our meetings, and then it'll give all of us an opportunity if we ever want to go back, if we ever want to see the speeches that we gave. It helps us look at ourselves from a different view, and then we can take notes and we can see how we can improve. So thank you for that. And thank you to Dalal for being the first person to get in there. I mean, Dalal, you said so many really great things. I wrote down a lot, but the one that I really put a box around was about how being here and your content creation journey allowed your voice to come through unapologetically. And that is a piece of this evolution and the magic of really just showing up to these meetings is all about. So I mean, I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to be a part of this. And sometimes I'm hard on myself because I'm like, we're not really as organized maybe as we should be as a club, but like Alex says, it's just about showing up and doing it and improving and being graceful and forgiving ourselves for these mistakes, because we're going to just keep going on. So thank you for all of that. And with that, I am going to go into our functionary reports. So, Jim, I know that I don't know what timing was like, and on my screen I had it so that it was the speaker box, so I didn't have you in view, so I wasn't even thinking about time when I was speaking, but I would love to get your timer report.
Yeah, you ended up pretty close, Jenna. I suppose I'll start from the beginning with Francisco's overall panel discussion. It wasn't super clear exactly when to start and whether to include everybody else's talking, but I tried to take down as much as I could. The overall discussion took 21 minutes, 43 seconds. When I subtracted out everybody else's talk time, Francisco ended up with 11:51 from you specifically. So pretty close on the time, especially as unpredictable as panel discussions can go. Dalal got a few opportunities to speak, and the times worked out pretty well. 1:45 the first time, 1:24 the second time, and then near the end, a short and sweet 36-second answer. Monique was 1:59. Was just getting ready to hit the green light when you got to the end. But hey, that worked out great. Tamir had a real brief first try at table topics, 19 seconds, but hey, it was an answer to the question. A lot of the time we'll try to make it last a minute or a little longer, but hey, you answered the question. Short and sweet is not bad, especially for your first try. Thank you. Natalia, you were 1:12. Jenna, your first table topics answer 2:38. Just a little over, not too bad. We talked about DeLong and her short answer, and then your evaluation, Jenna, 3:16. So, especially without being able to see the time signals, did well. That's what I've got for time numbers. So, thank you all for participating today.
Thank you, Jim. Now, word of the day. Alex, how did we do on creator as our word of the day?
Oh gosh, everyone is so amazing that I didn't count. Well, I am estimating a variation of creator and creation around 10 plus. Everyone did a great job. So happy to be here.
Thank you, Alex, for stepping in, and also stepping into a role today was Natalia. So how did we do with our filler words? This is how we grow.
Thank you, Gina. Normally, filler words are, like and they are obscure. This content we try to convey to the audience. So the longer the speech, the more filler words we can use. So for Francisco, we have more than 10 us and around 7, For Dalal, only 2 us, 2, Gina, I noticed only 2 us. And probably I felt that I overused us as I usually do. So probably 10 or 15 us. Okay, back to you, Gina.
Thank you, Natalia. I mean, you can never be afraid to tell us exactly how many ahs and ums and filler words, because that is really how we become aware of it and then we grow from it. So I appreciate you for stepping in to that. Now I'm just gonna go into my overall evaluation of this meeting. I feel very blessed to have so many people be willing to step in and take on roles. I know that for next meeting we have our Toastmaster role filled, and I think we have an idea, as long as we can maybe have access to one of that session that Francisco was speaking about. So I think that we are trying to do our best with getting the agenda set. And so for that reason, I know that's why we kind of do have that extra 10 minutes in the beginning to play around with. I love that we were able to welcome Tamir in. And then when Lou came in the middle, like, we kept the meeting flowing and then still welcomed her in the chat and then found moments to bring her in. So I think that's going to be important as we get new people coming in, is that if we can just find those moments to bring them in. I a little bit wish that were able to, I know there was one other person that did come in. Maybe if we could have found a moment to ask a question, even if it was like a simple question, to maybe see if we could have captured her interest to maybe make her want to stay longer. I don't know what happened, but yes, I think that's something that we can do as new people come in the middle of our meetings. But overall, I think this was another great meeting full of lots of energy, new ideas, and I think we're just going to keep growing from here. So thank you for being here. And with that, I am going to return the control to our Toastmaster, Monique.
Woohoo! I'm back. Listen, you guys, this is one thing I do have to say. We can no longer talk about the problem without talking about the solution. With that being said, we need to set some rules next week.
Yes.
I would like to make this time for any persons that's here now that are willing to come back next week, Thursday, and would like to do a role. Gina, okay, Francisco, General Evaluator. Let's go ahead and get this done right now.
All right. Anyone?
We got timer.
Yes. Here. So I'm going to put in the chat a link.
Awesome.
Copy a link.
There you go.
And then, I should have I haven't really done the agenda yet, but we can do it here. I'm going to put names in. So we
Mhm.
have Alex, do you know if you're going to be here next week?
I might, but not really sure yet.
Okay. Anyone else? Natalia, will you be here next week? Would you
Awesome.
like to take on a role? We already have a Toastmaster. Kapil is traveling right now, so he's on a work trip, but he said next week he'll be Toastmaster. So we do have, if you want to do a content creator tip, Francisco, will we have table topics taken care of if we do the watch the video? Should we do that as our table topics?
Yeah, that could be a good idea to discuss the video if I can get a hold of it.
Okay. So for now, I'm going to put you as table topic. So Natalia, we have word of the day. We have our content creator tip, general evaluator, awe counter, timer.
Lal wants to be timer.
All right. Okay, Dalal, timer.
And so Francisco is going to be the junior value table topic, or
I'm only gonna do table topics. That's fine.
Okay.
okay, so I'll be the general evaluator.
Okay. Ooh, hold on. Okay. I just realized I need to just clean up some of the names in here. Oh, here we go. And then Natalia, I'll put your name in here. Is it not in here yet? Yeah, no, it's not. Third one.
Maybe I can do some short speech next time, if you don't mind.
Okay,
It just about
so
sport.
she can bring in his speech.
It's okay.
Yeah. Do you think, Francisco, will we have time to do a speech next week? I mean, it also could, or how long is that video that you were thinking of?
You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to summarize the video and share like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of it.
Okay.
And just instead of showing the whole thing, I'm gonna try to that way I won't feel so bad. Oh, we watched the whole thing. No, hey, here's a summary, here's an invitation. This is what you learn at the convention.
Okay.
And I try to find a little summary of it and just grab some snippets, no more than 5 minutes, okay? I'll show the video for 5 minutes and we'll do the table topics based on that. That way Natalia can give her speech as well.
All right.
Okay.
So speech evaluator.
For Natalia.
Jim, do you want to be a speech evaluator? Or will you
As
be?
soon as I can hit the mute button. I can do that.
All right. Okay, perfect. Okay, Jim. And then let's see. I don't know. Tamir, will you be here next week? Would you like to take on a role? You can count our filler words. You can count the word of the day.
Right now this is for the first time, and I'm quite not sure about the roles. That's
Oh.
why let me like learn a little bit. Maybe
Okay.
from the next meeting I will take a role.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Thank you.
please come back because we would love for you to be here with us. Help us grow this
Sure, I will.
club. If you know anybody who might be interested, spread the word. And yes, we love new people. We love new ideas. So keep coming back.
Sure.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
For that, Gino. Thank you. Tamir, thank you so much. I did subscribe your page, and I will be watching some of your videos tonight. If anybody else have emails that I can get from you guys, just put it in the chat and I'll copy and paste it, and I will keep you guys follow up with any information that we have here that maybe you guys want to be involved with. So yeah, because I am the VPM. Hey, membership Keep it going. Keep it coming. Now back to, okay. Okay, closing remarks. My closing remarks is awesome. I'm glad I'm part of this creator content creation. How about that? I said the word. And I'm going to give it back to Delau, our sergeant at arms.
All right, we still have a few more minutes, so Gina, if you wanna, and then also Francisco is putting an important note for y'all. You could save the chat because everybody put their links, and we have a lot of good information in the chat. So if you see the 3 buttons at the top right corner next to the little X and the little pop out, when you click on those 3 buttons, it says Save Chat. So I never knew about that feature, so that's
What?
awesome. I
I
didn't.
just learned something new.
I think nobody knew it before.
Where is that?
You see up at
The three dots which says more.
up top, you see where the chat is at?
Okay, yes.
Then there should be 3 buttons. Unless Francisco, you might know what format are you on? Just your
It's
laptop?
exactly what you're saying. Top
I
right, on top of the chat. On top of the chat, the chat should be like where everybody is. To the right, on the top, the 3 buttons. Not on the very top, but where it says CCTM meeting, right next to it, to the right. Click on the 3 buttons, and you should be able to save the chat.
It totally worked.
You got it, Monique?
Well,
I'll email it to you. Okay.
I have Chromebooks, so my setting is way different. So
That's okay. I'll email it to you. I got your email and I got your email, so I'll send it back to you. Okay.
Okay, awesome.
So if we say save the chat, where we can find it?
Are you on Windows?
Yeah.
It's on your documents folder. When you save anything from Zoom, Zoom creates a Zoom folder, and underneath it, you're gonna find everything that you save. It's gonna have a big long timestamp with the date and the name of the meeting.
Okay.
It should be there on your documents.
Thank
Document Zoom and the meeting.
Okay, document Zoom and the meeting. Thank you.
And I think Gina, did you want to ask for some feedback or?
yeah. Does anybody have any feedback about about the meetings? Anything that you liked? Any new ideas that you might have? What we can improve on? Anything? Alex?
Yeah, I always enjoy your meetings. I just want to say, sign me up for that Tech Tools Night. I want to hear more about it.
Yes, I really love that. I mean, I I think we totally should do a tech tool night. I can definitely do Canva. Who has another like either platform tool that they would be willing to lead? And when should we do should we do it separate from, or do you think we should use like one of our meeting times to do that? What do we think?
I think once a month you can dedicate and say, hey, here's our tech tip night, and expand on your technical tip and make it a whole night and say, like, start with you with Canva. Give us a demo of what you know about Canva. Because
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but usually that's what happens with applications. You know somebody knows something else. You're doing
Okay.
something and somebody tells you, oh, don't do it that way, do it this other way. And you're like, oh. So
I like it.
start once a month so we can promote it. Hey, we're gonna have a Canva night, technical tips presented
Yeah.
by content creators or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So should we, I'm looking at the schedule right now. Do you want to try and do that? It looks like September 5th or the September 19th. Which one of those 2 meetings? I could do either. And then
Do
we
the 19th, maybe give you more time.
Okay. So I'm going to put myself, well, you know what? I'm gonna say, where should I put this? So agenda. I'm just gonna put Canva Tech Tool Night. Okay. And then I'll link the agenda there. Okay. We'll start it off. We'll see how it goes. And then whoever feels inspired can do the next one. And then we'll try and see if maybe once a month, every maybe third Thursday of the month, we can try it out. I love it. Yay. Okay. So we'll do a Canva night. Any other feedback?
I would probably, it inspires me to learn more about my microphone. So I can do probably one after that on a microphone.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, audio quality is key, right? Allow.
Mhm.
Excellent idea.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then we'll do that one. I'm actually, you could, in October,
That sounds good. Yeah. You know.
let's see, October, the 17th?
Yeah.
Okay. The love. And that one is, what should I title that? Microphone.
She said microphone. My
Microphone.
microphone.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's helpful, I could reprise my shopping list speech where I could try to show off the things I have in my setup. Or or maybe that'd be a good format for other people to show off your setup. Francisco could probably do a really nice one with all of his gear.
Yeah.
Save me for like November. I may want to talk about, multi-camera stuff because I'm testing this software. I'm testing the free version. I like to do that too. I like to see how far I can stretch the free version. So, yeah.
Yes.
And personally, how many of us have an old phone somewhere in a drawer that we're not using? So,
Yep.
True.
Yes. Yes.
I'd love to see someone do video editing. Like, what tools do you do to edit videos?
Video editing.
If
Anybody?
someone here-
and Alex, you mean video editing like using YouTube?
I don't have anything in particular, really. Like more on like the softwares like OBS and something like that.
Well, you know what? In my Canva one, I'm gonna do a little bit of video editing so you can see what you can do in Canva with that. So
Awesome.
so now that you're saying that, I'll make a note to make sure to include that. Okay.
Great question, Alex. And Gina, don't take this anything. It's just I've been using Adobe all my life. There's Adobe Express, which is the answer from Adobe to Canva. The other night I couldn't do something in my little iMovie. That's why I was asking you, Alex, which app, because I love free apps and see how far I can push them. Well, I ended up in Adobe Express. I'm not paying yet. I was able to do what I wanted. I'm shifting. It's funny because I used to do photography and I remember trying to tell people, hey, move the camera this way so that you don't cut the feed off. People will take a picture of you and they will cut you in the middle. Now it's the other way around. Everybody shoots portrait and I'm still shooting landscape. So Adobe Express saved the day. So it's good to know what people are doing and using. Great question.
I mean, Adobe Express, that's another one. So think about it, Francisco, and you can sign yourself up for one of the days to do Adobe.
I like to do it for logos. I think it's a really nice way to quickly get a square little logo for the web done, put together. Again, I've known Adobe for a while, and the way it handles the type, it's beautiful. And I know Canva does that too. I'm very non-denominational when it comes to technology. I'm not saying one is better than the other.
Yeah, so no, that's why it's great, because then people can see the Canva side of things, then people can see the Adobe side of things, and then from there you make the decision of which direction that you want to go. So
I want to know what logo is that on your like square camera, Francisco? Like the bottom middle, like I see a logo, like a spiral thing.
This thing, okay, that's the watermark. You're talking about this. That's the watermark from the. Okay, if you look it up, I use Apple. So in the Apple Store, this is called Epoch or Epoch Cam. I'll type it. But then when you download on the PC, it's called El Gato Camera Hub. So, but I'll put it out there. It's called Epoch Cam in the Apple Store, and it lets you use your old phone as a camera.
Awesome, thank you.
Mhm.
Well, thank you everybody for your feedback. I feel like this was our most productive meeting. I'm gonna let Dalal just close us out, and then if anybody has anything else to say, we can just officially end it, and then we can continue the conversation if we need to.
All right, awesome meeting everybody. Today closes out our official content creator meeting on August 22nd, 2024. We are, I need one of them things, you know. Ha! Save the chat.
Air gavel.
The gavel, that's what it is. I need me a gavel.
It's like air guitar.
Ina, you're still recording. You're still recording.